as he said, it took 2 years working. A lot of folks did a tremendous amount of heavy lifting to be able to welcome a very special guest here today. It's Rear Admiral Ann Phillips, who's the commander of the Expeditionary Strike Group 2, Lieutenant B. Brown, Chaplain of the Navy, thank you so much. To all the flag officers, to the general officers, to the Council of Generals of ships in port, to the members of our Council of Corps, to all of the elected officials in the room. I see Senator Landrieu is represented by Laverne Salty, who is here with us, and of course we have members of our City Council, Council President Jackie Clarkson, Eric Grandison is with us, Kristen Palmer is with us, and Susan Gibbard. Thank you all so much for being here today. We'll hear from Council President Clarkson in a moment on behalf of the City Council, and also to all of our distinguished guests, and last but not least, President Obama and to Secretary Ray Davis for allowing New Orleans to be the beginning and the end. We like that, by the way, of this 3-year celebration, which is such an important event in the history of the United States of America, celebrating the 200th anniversary of the War of 1812, and that spectacular song that calls us, each and every American, irrespective of race, creed, color, or geography, to common purpose and to common ground. So as we in America always struggle with trying to find the pathway forward towards a more perfect union, it is that beautiful and blessed song that reminds us that we are all Americans, and it is a beautiful song, and it's wonderful that, again, we begin to celebrate that song in the birthplace of jazz, the city of New Orleans. As many of you know, the War of 1812 started a couple of weeks after Louisiana became the 18th state, and it ended a little bit late at the Battle of New Orleans. And so it is appropriate that we actually begin and end these commemoration ceremonies over 3 years in New Orleans on both ends of the celebration. One of the things that I am most pleased about as we try to rebuild this great American city is the term partnership. And of course, this event would not have happened without great partnerships, where everybody comes to the table and seeks out opportunity and also accepts responsibility. And of course, we have some great stakeholders in the room. So just from the military side, we have the Navy, the Marines, then the Coast Guard. When we talk about nations cooperating with each other, we have Canada, France, the United Kingdom, Egypt, Indonesia, Ecuador, and others. And of course, when you get down to the operations side of this, Operation SAIL, the local host committee, the city departments, you have for the most part a federal, state, local, international, and a complete integrated partnership between and amongst a whole bunch of folks that produce just a great result for the people of America and for the people of the world who happen to be visiting this great city. As we have said many, many times recently, New Orleans has come through the crucible. We have suffered through some of the largest catastrophes that this nation has seen in its history since September 11th. After September 11th, when our tourism industry hit the bottom because people stopped traveling, we got right back to where we needed to be when Katrina hit, then Rita hit, then Ike hit, then Gustav hit, then the national recession hit, then the BP oil spill hit. We're still waiting for the locusts. That's just a joke. But one of the things that you have seen is that the people of New Orleans, exhibiting a great American spirit of resilience, have stood themselves back up and have begun to create the city that they've always wanted to be. And we are in the midst of, in my opinion, creating this nation's most immediate laboratory for innovation and change. Recreating our education system, recreating our health system, recreating our transportation system, recreating our public safety infrastructure. Really working hard to make sure that the city of New Orleans represents the best, the very best, that the United States of America has to offer. And so we have taken it upon ourselves to position ourselves to be ready to shine. For those who have been watching, you have seen just on the tourism, sports, entertainment front, an unprecedented number of events that have taken place in this city. From the BCS Championship to the Sugar Bowl, to the work that the Saints have done, to Mardi Gras, to the Final Four. We have OpSail. This past weekend we had the French Quarter Festival, which is the biggest that we've ever had. 450,000 people ladies and gentlemen, were on that beautiful river that you're on. They were there this weekend. And we got it cleaned up and ready to receive our new guests here in town. Shortly, we will have the Zurich Classic, we will have the Jazz Fest, we will have the Essence Festival, and then every week thereafter, for the next year, we will have major conventions in town, and it will culminate with the Super Bowl. And then shortly thereafter, we will host the NBA All-Star Game. Once again, there is no other city in America that has the capacity to do that as well as the people of the city of New Orleans through the most difficult times. And I am so incredibly proud that we have prepared ourselves not only for that, but to participate in a way that allows us to stand not only on tourism, but on many other very strong foundations that will help New Orleans be a knowledge-based economy for years to come. We are very excited about this world-class experience that we're about to have. I know that many of you noticed the major renovations in the airport, the hotel infrastructure, and I certainly know that all of you will partake in and really enjoy the deep culture, the rich and authentic and vibrant diversity that the city has to offer, the music, the food, and you know why we're aghast at the possibility that they would lose this great American city, and why, in fact, the entire world rallied to save this very, very special place that considers itself to be a world city. Together, we're going to enjoy a world-class lineup of events. The tall ships and the Navy vessels are docked from Radler Street to Poland. I know that you have all seen them this weekend. We're going to have the Blue Angels, weather permitting. And it just reminds us, this entire gathering is not just a show, but it reminds us of the importance of the men and women who, in some instances, chaplain the ultimate sacrifice. And for those that are not called upon to do so, make the incredible sacrifice every day to preserve peace and freedom in the world. And it reminds us in so many different ways that freedom is not free. Not at home, not abroad, not on land, and not on a distant shore. It comes at a very, very heavy price, and it comes with a continual sacrifice. And there's not enough that we can do to continue to remember that. And so on behalf of the people of the city of New Orleans, I want to thank all of our guests. I want to thank all of the men and women who are serving in all of the branches of the military, whether they be in the U.S. military or from some of our friendly nations, for everything that you do for us. We could not be more excited to host you in this wonderful city so that we can pay tribute to the incredible sacrifices you made. Thank you all. God bless you. And we are happy to welcome you to the city of New Orleans. Thank you very much.